Once upon a time, in the kingdom of the dark forest, lived a peaceful family which was reigning during this era. The king bore three very typical children, two sons and a young daughter. Alexia, the youngest one of them all, was short and a little chubby with dark brown hair. In the afternoon, after lunch, she would always go play soccer outside with her two brothers. She has always had a great passion for sports, much more than anything else. Her father, the king, had always dreamed to have a more feminine daughter, one who would rather play with dolls and take interest in art, opposed to playing outside. But nonetheless, it was his daughter and he loved her with all of his heart. One day, Alexia was excited to go play. She gathered her brothers, and when she asked them to go play, they told her that they weren't able to because they had to go with their father to be introduced to their future brides. It didn't matter to her. She had to go play, so she went on her own to play by herself. Without recognizing it, she got a little too far and was getting closer and closer to her pond. Not realizing it, she kicked her ball near the pond, and because the ground was soft, the soccer ball rolled into the water. It was a long, heavy ball. It struggled to stay afloat, but it couldn't. The princess got very mad and frustrated. She began kicking the trees around her and screaming her lungs out. She had to have her ball back, and she wanted it right away. It was all she had to pass time. And it meant the world to her because it was the ball her deceased mother received as a gift when she was 5 years old. Alexia went into a rage and started throwing rocks out of anger. One of them almost hit the little innocent frog. The disgusting animal was shocked and yelled at her, "Are you trying to kill me?" The princess was so angry and busy screaming that she couldn't hear a single thing. The frog, seeing that the princess hadn't heard him, approached her and said, "Princess, young princess, can you hear me? Why are you throwing rocks everywhere?" This time Alexia heard the voice. She turned around and looked everywhere, trying to find where the faint sound was coming from. She finally noticed the frog. It was sitting upon a small log beside her. She was very confused and began to ponder on how an animal could be speaking to her. Is this real or just her imagination? She came to a realization and she responded to him, "I lost my soccer ball in the pond. It sank after I kicked it too hard. I'm very upset because it means a lot to me. I would be more than happy to help you with that, but you have to give me something in exchange." "Of course, just tell me what you want. I'll do anything for it. I can give you gold, money, or a bigger and nobler pond. I just want my ball back." "I don't want any of those things. All I want is your friendship. I want to be your companion until the end of time. Let me eat at your table, drink in your cups, and sleep in your bed with you. If you swear you will let me do all of those things, then I give you my word I will help you with your soccer ball. Whatever floats your boat, I promise you all of your wishes and more. Just please get my ball." After the frog was assured that he would get what he wants, he went under the water for a couple of minutes. The princess got worried. After a while, she could see a few frogs swimming underneath her soccer ball, resurfacing it. Out of excitement, she grabbed the ball and ran like a horse back to the castle, forgetting about the frog and her promise, even with the animal crying out to her. The poor frog was forced to go back to his little pond since he knew he would never catch up with Alexia. The following day, while the princess was eating dinner, she heard banging at her door. She went to open it and saw the little crying frog sitting in front of her. Alexia, surprised and frightened at the sight of the frog, slammed the door. "How did he find me? How does he know where I live?" The king, having heard all of the commotion, came and asked his daughter what was going on. She then explained the whole situation to her father. The king, disappointed in his daughter, went to open the door to the sad frog. He said, "You have promised him that you would let him be a companion. You must do so." The frog was still waiting at the door. He crept slowly into the room. The animal was fearful. He was not sure what to expect. Would she be sorry or angry? The dog worried for nothing because everyone was calm. This gave him a sigh of relief. She took him and put him upon her table. They began eating silently. The frog, thirsty, asked if he could drink out of her cup. She was nervous at first, but gave in, and she brought it closer to the animal, and he started to drink. After dinner, the frog was exhausted and he had a very long day on his journey to castle. All he wanted now was a comfy place to sleep. I am very tired. Could you please escort me to your bed? Pleaded the frog. The princess was a little wary at first. She was not very sure if she would be comfortable sleeping with him, so she placed him on a small table beside her mattress. The frog was disappointed and a little hurt over her actions. I am very tired. I just want to sleep in the warm bed with you. Can you please reconsider? Alexia, disgust, ignored the frog. Knowing she had heard him, the frog started to crawl closer to the bed and struggled to get in by itself. The girl was in shock and she accidentally hit the frog. It flew across the room and hit against the wall. However, when the little frog got up, it was a prince. He was a very typical man with a small frame and a short stature, but he had a very special look to him. His ponytail hung down his back, and he had a very warm smile with a few pimples occupying his face. The princess was startled to see a young man in her bedroom. She was shaking and sat up straight in her bed. Who are you? What happened to the frog? She demanded answers. I am the frog, princess. I was bewitched by an evil vow-wish. You were my only hope to break the spell and return me back to my real form. It has been said that the one who would save me would become my wife. Tomorrow, we'll venture back to my kingdom and get married, said the young prince. Now let's rest. We have a big day ahead of us. The following day, the prince and princess gathered in front of the castle, preparing to go into the carriage. They both noticed in the distance. She was very tall and had an unnatural beauty to her. She was wearing a long black dress. Is she your mother? Asked the princess. No, she's the witch, replied the prince anxiously. Before they could do anything, the witch was quick to cast a spell upon the both of them. In a moment's notice, they had both become frogs.